It's my brother from another mother, Vivian, aka
Yes.
Divine,
Yes,
bro.
my
Good
brother.
to see you, man.
Good to see you, man.
Awesome stuff. Listen, I have to tell you, my chest, my chati is swelling with pride. This is the real stuff. Real recognizes real. The fact that Mass Appeal India is now you
Yeah.
and Gully Gang.
Yes.
And you met the man himself. You met Nas
yeah,
himself,
yeah.
man. That must have
Yes.
been such a big one.
It's the biggest moment of my career. I think that no, I don't think it's the truth that as a child I grew up to his music. His album Illmatic is one of my favorite albums in the whole world, and he's his pen and the way he writes. I think he's the top 5 rappers of all time.
Totally. And you know, he's now in on tour with Mary J.
Yeah, Mary J. I met
Some of
Mary
the
J
s-
backstage. Yeah, and yeah.
You the man.
So he took
How
me.
is she, man?
She's a great personality. Actually, Nas was there backstage, and there were 2 green rooms, Nas and Mary J. And Nas was like, "Come, let me make you meet Mary J." And I was like, "Wow!" And they were chilling, and it was backstage after the show. They were having a couple drinks, and Nas poured me a drink, and he's like, "Oh, this is for you, let's celebrate." And it was a very big moment for me, is because as a kid from Bombay who was trying to shoot videos on the phone, on a Nokia phone, and then back straight to I'm in New York meeting Nas. No, I met Nas in Arizona, in a desert, and it was the best feeling of my life.
And I saw this wonderful chat between you and him, and he gives you so much respect, man.
Yeah, I
That shows what a
couldn't
guy he is,
talk, man, when he was around. Is because it's Nas, and people don't understand. I think a lot of people don't understand his music. If you haven't checked, please go check out Nas. Like, this guy writes about. He really writes stories, and I heard that he used to write rhymes from the bottom line to the top line, like reverse, like how the Quran is written.
And he says in that interview, he says, what Vivian does, what Divine does is poetry. And that must have been poetry to your ears.
Yes, it's the best feeling, man.
So what does it mean that Gully Gang is now going to discover even more artists, and will Mass Appeal give them a world platform if they're good enough?
So right now I have an album deal with them. It's a 1 album deal, and Peter, the guy who's the head of Mass Appeal, he believes that there's too much talent here, and he believed in my talent, and he said that if you have some guys who are really good and who are really passionate and who want to do this, we can help them do this. And plus we have to take this global. We have to take this outside. It's too much of the gully things happening. I think it's about time we go outside the gully and make noise. It's because it's about time now. We have the audience, there are people listening to us, there are films being made, brands are coming in, radios are supporting. I think it's the best time.
I remember meeting you backstage after Sula, and man, you just smashed it. And,
That was a good
I
gig.
love the fact that you're continuously gigging,
Yeah.
supporting the music. A lot of artists sit in the studio saying, "Oh, what is the right time to do it?"
Yeah.
Your right time is now.
Yeah. I think that's one point that I really concentrated on is my life. As a kid, you think that abhi paise nahi milenge to kabhi paise nahi milenge, but I think revenue comes from life. I think that's the only way. That's one of the only ways artist makes money, and I think live is very important for an artist, especially in India, because we don't get so much money from downloads and streams. To be real, so it's very necessary for you to tour. It's because it gets you in that zone. You meet people, you connect to new crowds. Bombay is one crowd that if you play in front of, you can play anywhere, I think, because these guys come with a straight face.
And bro, some of the musicians are just dope. I mean, I remember as a kid in Jew growing up, and Pentagram used to rehearse in the area,
Yeah.
and Randolph used to come
yeah.
out. These guys were like the guitar gods for us.
Yeah.
Vishal and Randolph and
Correct,
these guys. And
correct.
Randolph
Yeah, plays with me.
Plays with you, man. How cool is that?
It's the best feeling, man. And that guy is a different personality. He's really into music. Like, he'll come hold his guitar straight, like vertical, and start playing, and I'm like, oh wow. And when you're on stage, you need these guys, it's because it's live music, and I feel like live music should be different than what you put out on your streaming or your download platforms. And the next guitarist, Krishna, he plays for Sky Harbor. Then my drummer, he plays for As We Keep Searching. So it's a great band, man. It's the best. I think I have the best band in the country.
Totally. And the fact that Kohinoor sees a collaboration with Wayno, man.
Yeah.
That is massive. That is so dope.
So this guy, people don't know, he makes beats for Shaggy. He's
Mr. Lova.
and plus he just got nominated for a Grammy, this last Grammy. So people don't know that music producers from New York is because their sound is tight. You know, if you hear Kohinoor, the beats, it's a very tight beat. It's because they have the sound right. And I think there'll be more producers from our scene who'll come up seeing in Wayno and all these guys.
And Kohinoor, the song itself, I mean, people are going nuts picking out their favorite lyric.
Yeah.
You know, mine has got to be, you know, what is the Saath Bhai? What is it?
सातवीं से सात दोस्त अभी भी मेरे साथ है, अभी भी करते पुण्य, अभी भी करते पाप है.
Wicked! And what's the Alibaba line?
3 अली बाबा और 40 मेरे दोस्त.
Sweet. So, I remember Devraj Sanyal tweeting this out, saying that, you know, Vivian says that if he's spending too much time on a song writing it, it was never meant to be.
Yeah.
So you believe that, you know, you either get it from the gut or you don't, right?
Yeah. I think if you plan too much, I think it just goes in a different direction. The song and the mood doesn't remain the same. You're in a certain mood when you write the song, and I think Kohinoor, I wrote it in one day. That's why the mood is the same throughout the song. Otherwise, you keep changing and you think that this is going to be a better part, this is going to be a better part. It's music, it comes from within, and I think you should not change when you and you keep changing your mixes and masters. You should not do that. I think one go is the best thing.
And bro, the Kohinoor was taken by the Britishers and never returned. You go to London, it's sitting in a museum.
Yeah.
So what to you is the Kohinoor?
Oh, Kohinoor to me it means mountain of light. A lot of people think it's the diamond that I'm talking about in the UK, but it's really it means mountain of light. And I think we are in the limelight. We've got our shine now, and it's time to take it to the next level. And that's why Kohinoor. And I think the diamond that is with the Queen, they say that it's a curse when a man tries to touch it. So.
Well said. and the album itself, is it going to be a compilation of the singles? You put out so many singles over the last few years.
No. It's all fresh. It's all fresh. It's all fresh.
And is there a NAS collaboration?
I can't tell you that, but there's some wicked collaborations on that on the album, and there are some good songs, man. I'm saying this is because I've played the album to a few of the good musicians around me, and they said that this is the best album that hip hop will witness.
And bro, the video is something you co-directed, you know, with Joel.
Yes,
and you know,
yes, those are the guys who
you enjoy that.
Yeah, the guys who shot Mere Gali Mein are the same guys who shot this video. So I enjoy the processes because they know my style, they know what I want to show. The whole black and white theme, the whole diamond in the rough theme, we just followed that. And these are young boys, like the guy who directed Panini, who wrote the script, he's 21 years old. So, and this guy met me when he was 17. So it's a great feeling, man. Like this guy really, and they are hungry, you know. There are so many better guys who are older, but I think that these young boys are hungry and they are ready to eat.
How does it feel when you have a docu on your life which is played on Discovery and on Red Bull TV? It must feel really special. And there are kids out there who are watching it saying, I want to be the next Vivian, I want to be the next
Correct.
Divine.
And the plan was that is because I thought that there's too much music being put out. So I wanted to give a deep insight of how my life is. And that's why the documentary and Red Bull partnered with us, and we made the documentary, and it came out a success. A lot of kids have been watching it and saying they're inspired, and that was the goal, is because they need to know that I'm nothing special. I'm just a kid with a mic who's just like you.
Bro, how do you feel when you're in New York City and Los Angeles? This is your second trip to the US. You know, the reading of the two cities, the music scene in both the places. Share that.
Oh, it's the best because I grew up to New York music. I grew up to the East Coast side of rap a lot. West Coast, LA is very different. It's very flashy. It's very chilled out. I was in LA. I did Ebro there. Ebro is one of the best. Like he's the president editor of hip hop worldwide. It was the best feeling to kind of have an interview with him. Then I went to the East Coast. I met NAS's team. I went to the Mass Appeal office. I saw a few writtens of Big L's rap. Big L is a rapper who's I think one of the best lyricists in the game, and he's no more, but I saw his handwritten raps. And I went to Biggie's hood in Brooklyn. I was just seeing, and it was nostalgic, is because all I seen is all these walls and all these buildings and videos, and now when I'm walking there, it was like, wow, from Bombay to New York, and they both have the same vibe. I think New York and Bombay kind of have the same vibe.
And there are kids who are walking through JB Nagar who's going to feel that vibe, the Vivian's Hood. Let's talk about some of the other tracks that have happened off late. I love Kaam Pachis. I know you worked with Anurag Kashyap before in Mukkabaz. You did Petra, but just your vibe with Vikramaditya Motwane, Neeraj Khewan, Anurag for Sacred Games.
Sacred Games was that came through Netflix. I think Anurag must have said that, yo, tell Vivian to make this because he loves my music, and they gave me a theme. They said that the theme around this is that there's 25 days left and Nawazuddin is in the thing, and I said Nawazuddin, I said let's do it. It's because he's one of my favorites, because he changed that mentality, but that you don't have to look a certain way with 6-pack 8-pack abs. You just have to be a skilled actor to really make noise, and I think Nawazuddin has changed that, and to work with him and make a track for him was the best feeling, and that's why the track came out very natural. I actually wrote Kaam Pachis in 20 minutes.
Super. Can we have a bit of Kohinoor, please?
सिमट से निकला गुलाब ऐतिहासिक किताब हर हल का जवाब सच हुए मेरे ख्वाब वफादार खबरदार होशियार गली गैंग सबसे हार परिवार को मसले में अटके फिर सब जिम्मेदार खासली में फटके फिर सब तड़ी पार गिन चुन के है दोस्त बाकी सांपों का कटार जब तक फोटो पे ना हार तब तक ग्राइंड करे शाइन करे जो करना है कर तेरे माइंड पर है छोटे जरा लाइन पर है जबरदस्ती का जोश छोड़िए नकली तू बीफ तू असली में घोष तू खाना मेरा दोस्त यहाँ नकली है फेमस क्या जमाना मेरा दोस्त हाँ
Kohinoor. And Kaam Pachis, please.
काम पच्चीस है काम पच्चीस से मत दिखा बत्ती से मर जाएगा गलती से गायब तू धरती से चलता ये शेर बोले अपने ही मर्जी से गर्दी में फर्क नहीं चरसी और वर्दी में राजनीति में यहाँ सबसे ज्यादा पैसा क्यों है पब्लिक को नहीं दिखता वैसे वाला पैसा क्यों है पब्लिक की सेवा फिर पैसे वाला नेता क्यों है मुंबई शहर सबको कम ज्यादा देता क्यों है अलग कुत्ते ये काटते ये भौंकते नहीं अलग घोड़े ये ठोकते ये दौड़ते नहीं यहाँ पे नाम काम करता है पुलिस वाला भी बोला मेरा स्टार बहुत हल्का है
Sweet. The Red Bull anthem, that's so dope. Legends.
Yeah.
Take me through that track. What was on your mind when you did that?
So Legends was this is one thing that I did for my heart is because the World Championship for breakdancing is happening in Mumbai on 9th of November. So if you are a dancer or if you want to see some real talent, this is the World Championship. And if you don't know, b-boying is a part of hip hop. It's one of the elements that come with hip hop, and that's why I wanted to support it. And if you want to support hip hop in some way, you should be there.
Sock them. I mean, the fact that you're with Virat Kohli, both of you are youth icons, having a bit of a chat and then featuring in a video. MC Mary Kom was also on it, man. Was it basically to build inspiration for the brand before the World Cup?
Yeah, before the World Cup. Yeah, we wanted to do something for the team before the World Cup, and I've heard a lot of times that the Indian cricket team listens to our music. Like Ranveer one time told me that, he played Apna Time Aayega to Hardik and them before it was released, and Hardik and them went crazy, like saying, oh, wow, what a track. It's because I wrote that song. So I think that when you motivate these guys, and these guys are like the heroes, and sports and hip hop always go together.
You played football in JB Nagar back in the day?
Yes. I was a big football freak, man.
Your favorite player would be?
Zidane. All day.
It's great that you've taken them out of Punjabi, because normally what plays in the dressing room in the Indian cricket team is all Punjabi. No disrespect, just saying, man. And Raja Kumari, some interesting work there. I mean, both on Steady Slums as well as Roots. Your collabs with her, you both come from different spaces, but together there's some magic there, man.
I think she's very talented. She's a studio killer. Like when she's in studio, she's a very different. Like you get to learn a lot when you're in studio. Like when you have an interview with this guy, you'll know, because these guys have different vibes, and it's not so easy to come in front of the mic and say things. It looks very easy. They make it look easy.
Raja Kumari.
So shout out Raja Kumari.
Yeah, shout out. Working with Amit Trivedi in Blackmaid, filming a video with Irfan and Amit together. I mean, Badla, that was again super stuff. Amit's music sense, everybody says, is really, really on point.
He's the best, man. Like, I think he's... when I went in studio with him, like, this is the first producer who touches the keyboard, who wants to change things then and there. Like, he doesn't wait. There are no 25 people in the... Because I've gone to studios where there are 25 people in the studio. One is putting the guitar riff, one is putting the drums. Like, there's a mess. But Amit really concentrates and gives you that space. Like, he was like, yo, sit aram se and write your verse and let's do this aram se. Like, he made Devdi the whole the soundtrack, and I think that's one of the best soundtracks to ever come, because that really shifted and changed the mood of music from that part, because the beats and the way he put the choruses and he used auto tune, it's crazy.
Well, a lot of the young Turks also love Anirudh Ravichandra's music, and you worked with him on a Tamil track,
Oh shit, man, that guy's
Is
that
another
guy's a genius
whiz,
again,
huh?
man. Like, these guys are all geniuses. Like, in the south, like, Anirudh he sent me like 3-4 songs, and he's like, Macha, if you don't like it, just tell me you don't like it. We'll do something else. Like, he's also a guy like that, you know. And
Macha. Boys in the hood, man. Tamil hood. Now, I remember Shamit Tandon curating Teesri Manzil and sending the track to me, and I was like, oh man, Vivian's done it again.
Yeah.
And that also comes from a special place, doesn't it? Teesri Manzil.
Correct. It was a track that, that normally you don't see in Indian hip hop. It's very slow. It's very, it's a vibe, and that's why we put it out saying third, man. We always come third world, and that's why I named it Teesri Manzil.
I love the fact that in Junoon, the video has just you sitting on a chair,
yeah.
man. There's no gully gang, it's just you.
Correct.
So whose idea was that?
Oh, it's the same. It was my idea with the same team who shot Kohinoor. So I've been working with the same team, because when you work with the same team, you know how strong it is. Like, you are only as real as the company you keep, and that's why my videos look so like me.
Lovely. And the fact that you worked with Ankur Tiwari on a soundtrack that just went nuts.
Yeah.
Gully Boy, the way it was.
Boy,
and there's so much of love between you guys, between Ranveer, yourself, with Chaturvedi.
Yeah.
Just your memories of that amazing soundtrack, man.
Oh, man. That was like the phase where we had the best time, is because Ranveer and Ankur and Zoya, all these guys in a studio together, and sometimes Shweta Bachchan used to come there and listen to us rap, and it was I couldn't sink in that these talented guys are just coming in the studio and working with us, and they always gave us maximum respect. Like, Ranveer gives respect to a guy who is not in the studio doing anything. He'll come and kiss him on the cheeks and say, hey, Bawa. And he just brings that energy that gives you that positivity, that gives you motivation to do better, and I used to rap and tell Ranveer, yo, let's do this, and he used to be like, Baba, but you think I'll sound good? Do you think I'm gonna sound good? Or you think this word can be done? So he's very into it, when he was going on stage also for his launch gig, he was like, Baba, you think everything is falling in place because you do more shows than me, like that? Like, you think the monitors are playing proper, giving proper feedback? Like, he was into it, bro. And when you see actors like him do this, that means he really respects art,
So apart from Meri Gali Mein, what's your favorite song? I mean, would it be Azadi? What is your favorite song?
Azadi is my favorite there, and I think Apna Time is my favorite, is because that song really, I seen that on saris, I seen that on water bottles. I was in Goa, then I saw that on a scooty, on a truck, and I was like, these are lines that came from us, and it's bizarre, man.
Even somebody who got caught for stealing.
You saw that? Yeah, in the Northeast, they're blasting that song. Like, it has 200 million views.
Yeah, let's do some Azadi, man. Come on.
Azadi?
Yeah.
बहुत बेटे चुपचाप, क्या घंटे का इंसाफ, देश कैसे होगा साफ, इनकी नीयत में है दाग, सिर्फ करते रहेंगे बात, अलग शक्ल वही जात, वोट मिलने पर ये खास, फिर गायब पूरे साल। हाँ मेरा भाई, ये तो नोटों की सरकार है ना, नोट से बनाते अपने बेटों को ये स्टार है ना, कितने बेकार क्यों ये आपस में झंकार है ना, बाकी पूरा देश डूबे इनकी नैया पार है ना, अच्छी विद्या चाहिए, अच्छा खासा माल देना, नल में पानी चाहिए, खड़े रेले लाइन में ना, जमीन अपनी पर नोट दिखाकर साइन लेना, ड्रग्स लाए ये फिर ढकेल देंगे क्राइम पे ना, अकेला इंसान फिर गाड़ी तेरी चार क्यों, घर में है चार फिर रूम्स तेरे 8 क्यों? हाँ
Dabba se 3 bank account. That's another one I'm going to. Yeah. Bro, I see pictures of your mom and she looks so saintly, man. She's such an angel. How's she doing?
She goes to church every day, man.
Lovely.
She's a very religious person. She loves the music. Like, she keeps giving me an update of how many views I have.
Oh, sweet. So what is comfort food for you, considering you're traveling so much, man?
Oh, dal and rice, man. That's the best. I think dal, rice and papad is the way to go.
Or survey if it's fish.
Yeah. Fish is, Fish is the best. I think you also love fish.
Totally, brother. Listen, I love you very much. Thank you very much, bro.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. And keep promoting this English side of music, is because rap, we learned rap from the States, and it was done in English, and I think English music has not been given so much priority, and I think it's about time that English rappers make noise in our country, is because I think our country speaks the most English. I think that we've always kept behind these artists who do English music, and I always support these guys like Raja Kumari, Brother V, and all these guys who do English music. You should go support them.
I love you, bro. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you.